I will now guide you through, take you into just a brief kind of tour of some of the experiments with eyes closed for the viewer, the listener.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we've got, just let me kind of recapitulate here. Noticing we're looking out of a single eye here. You can't see your head, looking out of this openness. This is my language. It's not an eye. It's I don't know what it is. It's openness. And that I can't say how big it is because there isn't a second to compare it with. It's single. It's one. And it's not inside anything. Yeah, everything within the view is within the view.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole view is hanging consciousness, right? Nothing under it, nothing above it. Wild. And I can't say how far away it is. It's right here. So now you close your eyes. Right, open your eyes if you just for the moment. You see the view. Now close your eyes and the view disappears. Magic. Open your eyes, the view appears. Now, only the first person can do that. When you watch Richard do it, my eyes open and close and nothing happens to the world. Right?
Yeah.
But from the inside, right? When you close your eyes, you don't close your eyes, you make the room disappear, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so keep your eyes closed.
Turn the world off. Turn the world off.
You turn the world off.
On. Yeah.
That's right. Exactly. This is very familiar. I think we all played with this as children. All right. So with your eyes closed, and the listener or the viewer, be good to follow us with this, and you're aware of a kind of darkness. Now, how big is the darkness? Well, there isn't a second to compare it with. It's single. And where is it? I mean, is it in an environment, or is it just hanging in this nothingness like the view was? Yes. And how far away is it? Well, from where, you see? It's given right here. You could say single, no boundary, not inside anything. Now, also be aware of sounds. And you can hear my voice coming and going, see, and other sounds going on. Now, how big is the whole field of sound? Well, there isn't a second to compare it with. Single. So I can't say how big it is. Now, is this field of sound happening inside anything? Or is it just happening in the nothingness, in the silence, we could call it? And my voice is coming out of this silence, and all the other sounds are coming out of the silence and going back into them, and they don't disturb the silence at all. And so from this point of view, you being, if you say, well, I'm the silence in which Richard's voice is happening, which I completely agree with. If you say that, well, you could say, well, Richard's voice is mine. I, as the silence, Richard's voice is coming out of my being, out of this awareness. How wonderful is that, you see? And all voices are in you, yes. So then you pay attention to your body sensations and put aside your image if you can. Imagine you're a little baby and you've just got these sensations going on. Now, how big is the whole field of sensation? Well, there isn't a second to compare it with. And is this field of sensation contained inside anything? Not in my experience. It's like the darkness and the sounds are happening in this boundless consciousness. See, and these sensations. Now, we identify with our sensations. So if I say my sensations are not contained inside anything, see, I can't say how big they are. Well, I can also say, well, I can't say how big I am. And there's nothing outside me. Now, that's very relaxing, you see. Very relaxing. And it's the way you've always been, I would say. And then if you, as we were talking before, if you bring your attention to your thoughts and feelings, imagine the number 10. Well, where does that come from, you see? Or imagine a tree. Well, do you know how you do that? I don't. Just there it is. Now you might imagine the face of a friend and be aware of the affection you feel towards them. Well, there's a feeling now. See, just arising in the nothingness. Or you might have a problem and you feel anxious, you see. And your anxiety is arising in it. Make your left hand into a fist, you see. Keep your eyes closed and you get tension there. And there's tension arising. Now, does that tension affect the space where you are? This nothingness? No. So you relax, so it's stress-free here. So all these thoughts and feelings going on, how big is this whole field of mind? They're very complicated. Well, there isn't a second to compare it with. It's just single. And is it inside anything, in your head or somewhere? Well, on present evidence, not inside anything from my point of view. It's all arising. The darkness, the sounds, the sensations, the thoughts and feelings are arising in this unlimited, nameless consciousness that we all are. And we have different thoughts and feelings and all that arising mysteriously, arising within it. But the consciousness itself, it doesn't have anyone's name or address or nationality or age or anything. So how obvious is that? How practical and relaxing, I think, is that? And now if you open your eyes or make the world reappear, you see, in the nothingness, you're still not inside anything. And your thoughts and feelings are still coming up. Now, some people say, well, how on earth will I function being aware of this, you see? I say, well, you've always been like this. You've always been functioning like this. You see, you've just been overlooking it and imagining you are at center what you look like from a distance. And there's just becoming conscious of this resource. Now you're going to live more effectively, face to no face, you see. And when you're in your car, notice you don't go along the road. The scenery moves through you. You're still. And you never confront anyone face to face. You always build open for them. Even if you're having an argument, it's just the way it's set up. Now, this is a game changer. This is a game changer in human relationships and in how we relate to animals and the environment. The world is your body. The world is in you. Others are in you. This is true. And this is not appealing to scripture or a guru or a religion. This is saying, you are the only one where you are. You are you, and only you is you. So don't let anyone else tell you what it's like to be you. Everyone is saying, you're only this big, you're separate from everyone else. You've got that. You're an adult. You get that. You understand that's your appearance. But now you're awake to your true nature, and it is dynamite.